You're listening to The Breakfast Show with Ben and Liam. They're on your radio, and that's why you can't see them. So stay for a while, they're gonna make you smile. And whatever you do, don't touch that dial. You're feeling fine, waking up to the sunshine with Ben and Liam.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, welcome to the Recap All Around Australia podcast. Got a thought for you, Ben, that I would like to speak about at the end of this podcast. Enjoy the episode. What a nightmare. Due to lettuce shortages, Aussie KFC stores are now using cabbage in their burgers. Did someone say, yuck? That's finger-licking, not good. No one likes cabbage. And this is hell for me because my favourite thing ever is the Zinger burger.
Yeah.
I've eaten a lot of them in my life, but it's accompanied by my least favourite thing on earth, hot cabbage.
You hate cabbage that much?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't remember why I hate hot cabbage so much?
I don't know.
I've not told you this before.
Should I remember? Oh, yeah. I remember now.
So,
Yeah.
So when I was a teenager, right?
Yeah.
Don't laugh. I had shocking acne, and my mum had read somewhere that putting steaming hot cabbage in a tea towel and wrapping it tightly around your face would help with your skin. So I did that every damn day for months on end. It didn't clear anything up. I still had acne, and to top it off, I just smelled like cabbage at school.
So you a cabbage boy?
Acne cabbage boy. 13, 24, 10. As a teenager, what did you do to try and cure the ugly? 13, 24, 10 is the number. Jess joins us now. Jess, what did you do as a teen to try and cure the ugly?
So I used to dye my hair black, and when my regrowth would come in and I would be ready, like going out, I would use permanent texture to fill in the regrowth.
That's awesome.
And weirdly, it works.
Oh, no.
How old were you when you were doing that, Jess?
I was probably about 17 because I couldn't afford to get my hair redone.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you just would have smelt like Sharpie. Like
Colouring in your hair. That's a good one.
Oh, so good. Shannon, what were you doing as a teenager?
Hey, Ben and Liam. I was using cow udder ointment for my psoriasis.
Oh,
Cow udder ointment. So that was a product that farmers would use for cows on their udders, but you were using it for yourself.
Yes.
Oh, did it work?
Well, I'm not sure. I reckon it helped because I don't have the little psoriasis spots anymore. So
I must ask Shannon because maybe I'm the only one in the room that doesn't know. But what is psoriasis? Is it a skin thing?
yeah, it's like eczema, but it's just a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
okay.
So you needed the heavy duty stuff. You needed the stuff with the cattle. Kristen, what did you do to cure the ugly?
I had pretty bad teeth in high school. Super embarrassed about it. Grabbed a cheap nail file from the teeth shop and tried to file them down myself.
Oh, that seems painful.
Oh, no.
Didn't hurt. It didn't work either.
Oh,
That's shocking, Kristen.
that's hardcore.
Oh, last one here from Jackie. What did you try and do?
So when I was growing up, I used to swim a lot and my hair was really blonde and it used to go green. And so the only thing that I could do to get rid of the green was to wash my hair in cans of tomato soup.
Where's Jackie? Oh, she's just having her soup shower. Yeah, I don't understand teenage girls. Haven't done this one in a while.
Cool or not cool? Cool, not cool.
Producer Bell gives us 3 topics each, Ben. We have 3 seconds to decide whether they're cool or not cool.
3, 2, 1.
All right, first off the list, cool or not cool, schoolies.
3, 2, 1.
Cool. Yeah, school is back now this year. You'll be happy.
It didn't happen last year because of COVID.
Because of COVID, yeah.
Yep.
And the year before.
Oh, really? I thought it happened that year.
2020? No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe, like, around the country it was pretty much, everyone stay in your house.
Yeah, you'd be happy, Ben, because as we all know, you're a toolie.
Mate, I wasn't a toolie.
Did you finish year 12?
No.
Did you go to schoolies?
Yes.
You're a toolie.
You don't have to finish year 12. That's not a
I think
prerequisite.
it's kind of the bit.
The whole
it's kind
idea
of
is that it's a celebration of finishing
if
your
there
exams.
was
and
people, if there was people standing at the gate of schools and they said, "Show me your year 12 certificate to get in," well, then yeah, I get it. But they don't do that.
yeah,
do
that's
they?
how toolies get in.
It's just if you're of age you're allowed to go do it.
To be fair, though, it was pretty weird when you did it when you were 25. Oh, congrats, guys. Yeah.
I was
School
17.
leaders.
I was 17.
All right, cool or not cool? Uber.
3, 2, 1.
Not cool.
Cool? Yeah, why don't you like Uber?
I mean, broadly, I like Uber. I got an Uber to work.
Yeah.
And so I was like getting dressed as it was pulling up. So I was like all ready for work. I was just getting dressed. And as it pulled up, it has those like pre-messages that you can send. I just hit be right there.
Yeah.
And the Uber driver shot back, hurry up.
What?
I was furious.
Straight away.
Don't
I
tell
was
me to hurry up.
Normally they're like, no worries. I get it if they could say hurry up if they were waiting for like 3, 4, 5
yeah.
minutes. But then I got in the car and I was so angry that I didn't even talk to him.
Oh,
I didn't even talk to him for the whole
yeah.
trip. And then when I got to work, I had the stars in front of me. And I was about to give him 3, and then I just skipped it because I thought, no, I'm better than that. And also, I didn't realize, but if you do 3 or lower, you have to give a reason. And I
Yeah.
didn't. I was like,
Oh,
that's
really?
it's too much paperwork. Like I'm like, whatever. Like you can just be rude to someone else.
Yeah, wow.
All right, finally, cool or not cool? Subway.
3, 2, 1.
Not cool.
Cool.
I hate
Subway fresh.
I hate how much you love Subway. I find it comical.
It's reasonably priced. It's a huge serving. You don't think it's reasonably priced? It's like $10 for a footlong. It's insane.
$10 for a sandwich.
Are you with me, Bill? Do you think it's weird that Liam loves Subway?
It's so weird.
Don't
to
get me wrong. Like, I'll get Subway sometimes. Like, I'm not.
If you're desperate.
Yeah, I'm not against Subway. But
It's
I
not
find
first choice.
I find it funny that it's Liam's first choice.
I think
We eat a lot of Subway.
Subway to me is like after school, like year 8
Yeah.
kind of, and you're like
Yeah.
buying my own food.
Subway to me
Ooh,
is
gonna
like
get a
I'm
sandwich.
a little bit hungover on a Sunday. I might
It
get a
is
Subway.
not hangover food whatsoever.
It fills you up. It's
Absolutely
sort of fresh.
not. Yeah, like the other day, we ordered Uber Eats together. You've got every single cuisine you can imagine under the sun. Liam wanted Subway.
Yeah, and
Are
Ben,
you
and Ben
serious?
had a
Make a sandwich.
Ben had a strop and was like, "No, I'm not getting Subway. I'm getting a Vietnamese roll." I'm like, it's literally the same thing.
It's
just-
not.
It's
It's not. It's totally
just smaller.
different. It's totally different.
Well,
Mate, you eat Subway and Ice Magic.
He was
Grow up.
He was getting stuck into me for my Subway, and then he was ordering Chinese, and he was just having honey chicken by itself. Tell me that is not more childish. We get to open up the forbidden folder. Ben, this is where we keep all the ideas that have been poo-pooed in the past. In fact, they've been banned.
Yeah, whenever we bump into people on the street and we start talking about the radio show, Liam, this is always the thing people tend to remember.
Because it's the stuff that like you wouldn't hear a lot of other shows doing. Because I suppose there's a reason like, you're not supposed to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
that's why.
But I
how we
think
got here.
the way Liam and I look at it is we're all mature adults, except for the kids listening.
Yeah.
I like to think that, together we're all turning our keys.
Yeah.
And we're saying,
Well,
yes, we would like to hear this.
We're not going to complain.
Yep.
We get it. It's the forbidden folder. I'm just going to have a little look what we got. Oh, geez, I like this one. 13, 24, 10. Do you have a sugar daddy?
Now, for my sake, Liam, and for, I'm assuming a lot of people's sakes, can you explain that?
Well, not really. That's why I'd like to speak to someone who does have a sugar daddy. Also, I mean, if you are a sugar daddy, I'm pretty sure it's different to the other thing.
What's the other thing?
The other thing. It's more like there's nothing physical involved. I think
I think that is a part of the deal.
You come to dinner with me, and I'll buy you this handbag.
Right.
I think that's how I understand it.
So if you're a sugar daddy,
Yeah.
what's the other one called? If you have a sugar daddy, what are you?
Sugar child? That
doesn't sound right at all.
sound right at all. I would be interested to know.
Okay.
Maybe you're just the sugar. I'm just the sugar. 13, 24, 10. If you have a sugar daddy, give us a buzz if you are one. We'd also like to speak to you just to answer a few questions. Charlie has got in touch. First of all, what is it called if you have a sugar daddy?
You're a sugar baby.
Okay.
Sugar
'cause
baby.
We were trying to work that out. We said sugar child, and we said that doesn't sound good. But
Sugar
to
child.
be honest, sugar baby also doesn't sound great.
So-
but I suppose if you think it more like the group, the sugar babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can talk about this, Charlie. Let's not get too R-rated. Not that you would anyway, but how do you find yourself a sugar daddy? Like, where'd you find yours?
So there's a website. There's a few different websites that you can use. The one that I used to use was called Seeking Arrangement.
Okay.
And you have to be very careful. You know, you're treading an interesting line with sugar baby and sugar daddy stuff because kind of it's technically not sex work, so you have to be pretty careful about the language that you use when you're talking to these guys, because if it comes across as getting paid for, you know, intimate relations, then the website will boot you.
So it's not at any point physical, it's purely
that's what I thought.
So no, it is physical, but the website doesn't allow it to be physical. This is the interesting thing. Okay. So you meet people on this website and then you kind of duck off elsewhere to like WhatsApp and Kik and that kind of thing, because you're not allowed to discuss kind of financial arrangements and meeting in person on the website.
Okay. And I mean, if you don't mind us asking, Charlie, how much are you sort of pulling in from this sort of line of work?
So there's a couple of different ways that you can make money from sugaring. There's two models where you do an allowance where they pay you a certain amount per week and there's an expectation of, you know, what you'll do for that money.
Yeah.
Whereas I did pay per meet. So you'll meet them and, you know, you will be intimate with them. That's usually the understanding. Sometimes you do, you know, non-intimate meetings. And I would charge $300 per meet.
Yeah, right. See, I thought it was all like they would buy you like a car or a handbag or whatever you wanted. I thought that it was purely like that, but then you can also get an allowance from it, like an actual paying job.
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways to do it. You know, some of them do buy gifts. Some of them prefer that, you know, way of doing it. But because I, you know, was much more transactional about it, I preferred that pay per meet. It's a lot of emotional labour compared to other types of sex work.
For sure.
Yeah, well, thank you, Charlie, for joining us. 13-24-10, worst work presents. My fiancée, Sarah, Ben, she's a nurse and she's just started a new gig. And then with her last job, she got like a present from the company.
Yeah.
This isn't from like people pitching in or whatever.
Yep.
Truly awful. A bag of rocks saying nurses rock.
Oh.
And a gift card for $5.
For $5? Are you serious?
$5. I didn't even know you could get gift cards
that isn't
low.
That isn't worth the microplastic that'll be created to make that thing.
Yeah, that's not worth all the turtles it's going to kill just to have that.
$5. What do you do
You're not
with $5?
You're not getting a large coffee with that.
No.
Like
you struggle to get a regular coffee with that. $5.50.
Truly awful. So it's like, if anything, it's a bit of a slap in the face.
And what a waste of the bag of rocks. The person that had to go make that, whether it was a volunteer or an employee, someone had to make that.
Yeah. And then I bag them up and have a little bit of card saying nurses rock. I mean, that's a lot of years of cleaning up poo for a $5 gift card.
Of course it is.
And a bag of rocks.
What a horrible work present.
Shocking. I remember
rocking, you could say.
Well, it certainly wasn't rocking. But I remember the last time we did this, we got some absolutely unreal calls.
So after a really hard year of working, she was also given a Christmas ham, but she's vegan. Going back a few years ago, we got some wooden salad service, so it amounted to like a wooden spoon.
I worked for a consulting firm in the city. We all got called into the boardroom, and they gave me a big parcel, expecting it's a funny shape for a cheque. It turned out to be a beach towel.
Worst work presents. 13-24-10 is the number. Katrina, worst work presents. What were you given?
We had Secret Santa and my boss got me and he gave me cat food and I had no cat.
What a thoughtful, wonderful gift.
Yeah.
Well, my nickname's Cat, so I thought he was being he was being funny.
He was doing a bit.
Yeah. Not very funny.
Yeah, it just didn't really land, did it? No. Adriana, what was the worst work present that you received?
I was starting my maternity leave, all excited to have a baby, and on my last day, my boss gave me as my present a bottle of vodka.
Yes, sweet. Yeah, smash that one down. Let's have a party tonight.
Ronnie, worst work present. What did you get?
I was leaving a business and my work colleagues put on a beautiful morning tea and my boss at the time very proudly gave me a beautiful gift bag all done up with ribbons and inside was a bowel cleansing kit.
That's a strange one. Because you're left, you know, that you got to hand in your work card and you're leaving going, do they think my bowels need cleansing? Like, is this what he
was a bit awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that. We're not going to beat that. We're also joined now by our producer, Belle.
Good afternoon, Belle.
Good afternoon.
What did you get up to over the weekend?
I had a pretty quiet one. Just chilled, you know.
Quiet, was it?
Yes, and then the only thing we did do was we went to a winery.
On Friday, you were telling us off air that you were doing dry June, which is weird because normally it's dry July. It rhymes, but you were doing dry June.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I said I was. Luke and I committed to our own dry June.
You lasted
2 days.
2 days. Well, for the month, you lasted, was it yesterday?
Well, yeah, so Saturday we broke it and then Sunday I made some mulled
4
wine,
days, Belle.
so-
You lasted 4 days. Was it your idea or was it your partner's Luke's idea?
To do it or to break it?
Both.
Well, we both decided to do it because I said, look, we've had a lot of weekends doing stuff recently. It all started with your wedding, Ben, and then it just kind of from there every weekend it was like drinking out, doing stuff. So I said, right, let's do a month. And then it kind of got to Friday and we were both sitting there and it was because it was our first weekend not doing anything. We thought, wow, you know, it'd be really nice. Glass of wine.
Yeah, right. And now you've got an open can of Bundaberg rum in your studio, so I suppose that the party just hasn't stopped.
Look, 4 days is pretty pathetic. I wonder, though, not just specifically for not drinking, but other things as well. 13, 24, 10, how long did they last? Did they promise they were going to do something and then they folded after only a couple of days, couple of hours? I don't know. Let us know. 13, 24, 10.
Yeah.
Michael, what was it and how long did you last?
I committed to a month of not eating donuts. I love those little suckers. And then on Friday, it was International Donut Day, and I got a dozen hot donuts.
Blow out.
By yourself? Dozen yourself?
I was tempted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I must admit, you know, normally, like, with, you know, people try and give up the drink, it's sort of trickier because obviously there's, like, social situations.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know, we're at a party or whatever, or, you know. But, I mean, I feel like you could navigate away from donuts for a month. I don't think that's the hardest thing to do. I mean, just because it's International Donut Day doesn't mean you have to celebrate.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Homer Simpson. We do appreciate the call.
Beck, did you not last long doing something?
No, I didn't last long. I was going to try and catch the train to work, and I thought I'll do my bit for the environment and,
Awesome.
you know, save some petrol and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, yeah, I lasted about 3 days. There was a cold morning, and I was like, nope, I'm taking my car to work today, and that's been that ever since.
Yep.
Back in the car.
Yeah, back in the car where it's warm, go warm the car up in the mornings, and it's warm, and off we go.
Yep. Sorry, Greta
Bye.
Thunberg. It's too damn cold. We're also joined now by our producer, Belle.
On Friday, you were telling us off air that you were doing dry June, which is weird because normally it's dry July. It rhymes, but you were doing dry June.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I said I was. Luke and I committed to our own dry June.
You lasted
2 days.
2 days. Well, for the month, you lasted, was it yesterday?
Well, yeah, so Saturday we broke it.
Lasted 4 days. Was it your idea or was it your partner's Luke's idea?
To do it or to break it?
Both.
Well, we both decided to do it because I said, look, we've had a lot of weekends doing stuff recently. It all started with your wedding, Ben, and then it just kind of from there every weekend it was like drinking out, doing stuff. So I said, right, let's do a month. And then it kind of got to Friday and we were both sitting there and it was because it was our first weekend not doing anything. We thought, wow, you know, it'd be really nice. Glass of wine.
Yeah, right. And now you've got an open can of Bundaberg rum in your studio, so I suppose that the party just hasn't stopped.
Look, 4 days is pretty pathetic. I wonder, though, not just specifically for not drinking, but other things as well. 13, 24, 10, how long did they last? Did they promise they were going to do something and then they folded after only a couple of days, couple of hours? I don't know. Let us know. 13, 24, 10. Yeah. Michael, what was it and how long did you last?
I committed to a month of not eating donuts. I love those little suckers. And then on Friday, it was International Donut Day, and I got a dozen hot donuts.
Blow out.
By yourself? Dozen yourself?
I was tempted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I must admit, you know, normally, like, with, you know, people try and give up the drink, it's sort of trickier because obviously there's, like, social situations.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you know, we're at a party or whatever, or, you know. But, I mean, I feel like you could navigate away from donuts for a month. I don't think that's the hardest thing to do. I mean, just because it's International Donut Day doesn't mean you have to celebrate.
Yeah, thank you very much, Homer Simpson. We do appreciate the call.
Beck, did you not last long doing something?
No, I didn't last long. I was going to try and catch the train to work, and I thought I'll do my bit for the environment and,
awesome.
Save some petrol and all that sort of stuff. And, I lasted about 3 days. There was a cold morning, and I was like, nope, I'm taking my car to work today, and that's been that ever since.
Yeah, back in the car.
Yeah, back in the car where it's warm, go warm the car up in the mornings, and it's warm, and off we go.
Yep. Sorry, Greta
Bye.
Thunberg. It's too damn cold.
And Liam, we're in the golden age of streaming. We're spoilt for choice these days, particularly at the moment. So you got season 4 of Stranger Things, that's dropped. You've got Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 4, that just dropped yesterday.
Yeah.
We've got the final 10 in MasterChef Fans vs. Favourites.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's as big as the others.
You've got Billy the Kid on Stan.
Yeah, that's up there.
We're really spoilt for choice. But I asked you this morning, what did you watch last night? And it blew me away when you said none of those.
Yeah, no, I didn't choose to watch any of those last night, so I've been a little behind the 8 ball on some of the memes coming out about the shows relevant at the moment, because last night I was watching New Tricks.
It's alright, it's okay.
You ever seen New Tricks?
I have never seen it, nor have I ever heard of it existing.
It's a great show. It really is. It's like a British cop show. It's just full of shenanigans. So you got this superintendent Sandra, and her career is kind of slipping. So she hires these 3 geriatric police officers to help with her unsolved cases.
Right.
So they're just they're old and they're grumpy, but they still get the police work done. And after 12 seasons though, unfortunately there won't be a 13th. Because Dennis Waterman, who plays Jerry, the grumpiest one in the show, he died last month from old age, which is a little sad. So he was kind of my favourite in the show.
It'd be hypocritical of me to make too much fun of you, though, because there is an old person show that I absolutely love called Bargain Hunt.
Even from the theme, this dates it. This is made for people 65 and up.
I genuinely love watching Bargain Hunt and the format that it provides. So essentially, there's 2 teams. Have you seen it? Do you know how it works?
I assume they hunt for bargains.
Yeah, so there's 2 teams. They go to antique stores and they go to yard sales and stuff. Yeah. And they get given a budget. So you have $100, I have $100.
Okay.
You go and spend it at these garage sales and stuff. You buy something that you think's a bargain, and then they sell it at auction, and whoever makes more of a profit wins the prize money.
Okay, so obviously, an Antiques Roadshow, it's always fun to watch people get their, heart broken and that sort of stuff. But sometimes it's we're talking tens of thousands. How much profit are they making on Bargain Hunt?
About $20
Yeah,
or pounds. It's like 20 bucks. They literally go, you want 20 pounds?
Jan's made a profit of £20, winning this week's Bargain Hunt.
All right, let's see if the theory really is true this morning. Do you watch an old person's show? Give us a buzz, 13 24 10. If you do, Elise joins us now. What show do you like watching?
Hey, Ben and Lean. I love Frasier.
But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs.
If I had to choose between MASH and Frasier, I'd be going MASH, I reckon.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
Yeah, that's too young to be enjoying
Is
Frasier.
it though? I didn't realise until recently. I think I saw a video on TikTok or something.
a radio host.
Is he a radio host?
Yes. Yeah.
So that's, maybe that would be up our alley. And doesn't he have a really wide sort of crazy producer?
Yeah, Roz. Yeah, she's pretty funny.
Yeah, Roz. Yeah, that's like our producer Bill.
100%.
Maybe you would like Frasier. Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll check Frasier out. Okay.
Well, maybe you've twisted our arm. Okay, we're going to move to Chris. You watch an old person's show, mate?
Morning, boys. How are we?
Good, mate.
Blue Heelers. I'm not sure if you heard of it.
How old are you?
I'm 31, mate. So I've around for the originals on the TV.
How many seasons of Blue Heelers are there?
Well, there's 14 seasons, and
wow,
Prime playing them back to back.
Oh, Amazon Prime's got it. I don't know. That must have been the cheapest deal that Amazon Prime ever made. How much for Blue Hills? Yeah, we'll give you $800 for it. Yeah, that sounds good. Well, the Platinum Jubilee for Queen Elizabeth and her morning routine has been revealed. Ben, how did you wake up this morning?
Just when my alarm went off and I rolled out of bed and had a shower.
Well, forget about the iPhone alarm. For Lizzie, she's woken up at 7:30 every single day by her personal maid.
Wow.
Weird job, isn't it, waking up the Queen? I wonder how they do it. Is it a light razzing it? Is it like a, Queenie,
Yeah.
time to wake up? Or is it a bit of a shake?
What do you think she wears to bed?
Well, it doesn't get detailed here, but I'd imagine she's a bras and knickers kind of operator.
You reckon?
Yes.
Because I thought she'd have some sort of like
Regal
gold
90.
embroiled, like emblems, embroidered, pajamas.
Yeah. Well, let's just hope. Let's all just pray she's not a sleeping naked type operator. Otherwise, that would be a lot harder job.
Actually, it's 7:30 as well. That's later than I thought the Queen would wake up. I thought she'd be waking up at 5 a.m.
Well, after that, she does 50 sit-ups.
Real?
No, I'm just no, what she does is she rolls over and she's got 2 fancy chocolate bickies there waiting for her. $15 for a 200-gram tin, so it's more expensive than your average Tim Tam.
Well, this is a real detailed breakdown.
Yeah. She washes that down with a pot of Earl Grey tea.
A pot?
And then she has a 7-inch deep bath, which is 1 inch longer than a 6-inch sub, 5 shorter than a foot long.
Hang on, I don't know what's real and what's not real. Is that real?
That's real, 7-inch specifically, which is actually a little shallow, I would have thought.
Why does it matter how much water's in the bath?
Apparently it does to her. It has to be the exact right temperature. Imagine how pruny she'd be after that, though.
Do you reckon that lady at 7:30 when she wakes her up, would she be the same lady that's derobing her as she gets into the bath?
I don't know. Yeah, there's probably a bit of a team of people, I'd imagine. But after that, the Queen has her actual breakfast. I'll give you 3 guesses what the Queen's breakfast is. She has it every day, apparently.
Scones?
No.
More biscuits and tea?
No.
Bacon and egg roll?
No. Special K, apparently.
Really?
She likes her Special K.
No one likes Special K.
I know, but obviously she's still watching her figure, looking for the next fill. But that's about like as standard as Nutri-Grain. That's like the Queen waking up and just having some
Kellogg's cluster nut.
Yeah, she has Special K, and then while she's eating that, she listens to her own personal bagpiper. Every morning, someone plays the bagpipes for the Queen as she eats her Special K.
You do you, Queen, but that's a horrible way to start your day.
Too bad if you're our housemates, the other people living in Buckingham Palace. Bloody hell, turn it off, it's 7:45. And then, obviously, before her meeting with the Illuminati, she munches down on a bucket of crickets, mealworms and flies.
Of course.
Because, of course, she's a lizard from space. I got pulled over, Ben. I wasn't actually driving, though. I was in an Uber. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. So and the cop sort of pulled us aside. This was late at night on Saturday and gave the driver a bit of a spray. He was going 60 and a 50. I must admit, I was in the back. I didn't really notice. I didn't think he was driving like recklessly at all.
Yeah.
I was pretty tired, though. And he was basically champing the driver. So, do you know what I mean by that? Like
talking down to him.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So you're speeding, mate, right in front of us. Right in front of us. Show some respect, mate. Show some respect. Then he looked back and said, he saw us and said, "Are you an Uber driver, mate?" And the driver was like, really beaten down at this point. He was like, "Yeah, I'm an Uber driver, yeah."
Obviously, I've got the Uber sticker on my window.
Obviously, yeah. I don't just exclusively have my passengers sitting there in the back seat. And he said, he's like, "Well, pull your head in, mate. Start acting like a professional, okay? If you're a professional, act like one. Now get out of here before I change my mind." So he was like rude, but then also nice because he didn't find him. Do you know what I mean? Felt like he was
he was making a point.
He was intimidating him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I was also like, well, I mean, sweet, he got off. But I feel like if we weren't in the back seat and we weren't sort of like paying for the trip, then maybe he would have got the fine. I feel like kind of technicality, sort of like didn't want to hold us up maybe. Why did you get let off? 13, 24, 10. I got let off for crying one time.
That's right.
That was the on-foot pursuit. They were having some like roadworks done and I was like sort of just coasting in off the Grove Way. I was sort of just coasting into the lights. Like I wasn't braking because there was so much room in front of me. So I was like rolling at about like 40.
Yeah.
And it was like 20.
Yeah.
And then the cop, like RoboCop, like chased me from behind, like in like Terminator or something.
Yeah.
And then he pulled me over and said, like, "You're going to lose your license for this," because I was like, my P2s, and I was just crying. Like, I was like, in my head, I was like, I work so early. I'm going to have to walk to the bus at like 2 a.m. in the morning. My life's ruined.
I'm not built for this.
And then he was just like, "Oh, same deal. Just get out of here before I change my mind." Kelly, how'd you get let off? What happened?
I had a dog in the car, and I said that my dog was getting put to sleep, and I got really upset.
Come on. Come on. Come on, Kelly.
Yeah. So what did you get pulled over for? What was it, a routine? Like, obviously you did something wrong. What were you doing?
No, I was speeding. I was doing like 130 and 110 zones.
Yeah. The cop goes, "No worries, I'll save you some time. I'll put it down for you right now." Narelle, when did you get let off?
I got let off one day when I was coming home from work. I was speeding in and out of traffic. They said to me, "Well, why are you speeding?" And I said, "Oh, my sister's having a baby and I have to be there." But I didn't. I was running a bit late to have a date with my partner.
Don't you worry that on the off chance that they go, "We'll give you like an escort to the hospital"?
Yeah, police escort.
Well, yeah, I actually did think that as well, you know, and I thought, oh, well, I used to live close to there, and I thought, well, yeah, why not? I could actually just go to emergency or something like that.
Yeah, they wouldn't follow you into the hospital, that's true.
No, we want to be here for the moment. Let's go in and get a photo and meet the mum.
I have a question for you, okay? Everyone will have an opinion on this, so ask yourself this very question. Would you pierce your baby's ears? Because there's this TikTok that's gone viral of a new mum who's being criticised by people in the comments because she's uploaded a video of her newborn baby and the baby's got these little flower ear piercings. They're not like fake ones. It's real ear piercings.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
I think it's crazy.
I mean, I say no. Producer Belle joins us now. I mean, we haven't had our ears pierced. You have, and you think it's fair game, Belle?
Yeah, look, I think it's fair game for this mum to have done it. And it is saying that she did it, after a few days of it being born. But my thought is, I mean, that baby has come out and it's experiencing so many things and, confusing. It's a newborn. It's in pain. It's feeling whatever. That piercing its ears to me is nothing. And it's so gonna not even know what's going on.
You think the baby's already experiencing pain, so why not give it some more pain?
Okay, well, there's a line, but I'm just saying if there is a time to do it, maybe it is the best time.
Yeah, why not give the baby a sleeve while you're at it? Because, those tattoos hurt, and later in life, it might not have to go through that.
For me, it's purely aesthetic. And as a parent, you're just doing it because you think it would look cute.
Yeah, like wouldn't it make more sense for when that kid's old enough, if they ask for their ears pierced, then you can say, yeah, all right, you can get your ears pierced. Like, why are you making the decision before they can even speak?
All right, here's the thing. None of us, though, are parents. So I'd love to open the phone lines on this one. 13 24 10. We've shared our opinion. What do you think? Would you pierce your baby's ears? Maybe you've done it.
Yeah, maybe. 13 24 10 is the number. We'd love to get your thoughts. Kelly joins us now. And what are you saying? Do you think it's okay to pierce a baby's ears?
No, definitely not. No, don't like it at all.
Okay, why?
Well, one, I think it looks silly, and two, I think it's dangerous. If they get it pulled out, if they pull it out, get it in their mouth, you can catch it on their clothing. I mean, we do it as adults. I catch my earrings all the time, and I pull them out myself, and we could do it to the baby and rip it out and hurt them. I just think it's just really dangerous and really silly.
There you go.
That's a great point, Kelly.
Well, thank you for your call, Kelly. One last call here. We'll find out if they're on Team Producer Bell or Team Ben and Lamb. Amanda, would you pierce your baby's ears?
Yeah, definitely, and I have. Here, if you want to go get your child's ears pierced anyway, they have to be at least 6 weeks old and have their first set of immunisations before getting them pierced.
What I would say, Amanda, putting this back on you, but I suppose at that age, who's it for? Is it for them or is it for you?
Look, I've had my ears pierced as a baby and when I was about 7 years old. as a baby, didn't remember it. And then as a 7-year-old, I definitely remembered it. So I thought I'd do it when she's this age so then she wouldn't have to remember the pain of it and having to go through that. Because it can be traumatic, I guess.
Yeah, but to Liam's point, I reckon it's more for you than for the baby. And that's fine. It's up to you what you want to do. But it's a very interesting question to ask, I reckon.
It's a bit of a can of worms, but you know what, Amanda? You've swung me, and I'm going to get my baby a little eyebrow piercing because I reckon those things are pretty cool.
What did you bring in for show and tell? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. I was taking the dog for a walk yesterday with my wife, Sam, and while we were walking, Liam, she started laughing, and I said, what's funny? And she said, I saw something that reminded me of when I was a kid. Another kid brought that in for show and tell. And I said, what was it? And she said, well, look, see on the road there, when you're driving and they've got the reflectors glued to the road?
Yeah.
A kid brought one of those in. It was just reeks of, I didn't have anything to bring in, so I forgot.
And I saw that on the way to school and I thought, that's pretty cool. And then he had to think of sort of a backstory for that. I remember, Harry, my mate.
Yeah.
This is a ripper. I think I've told you this before, but they had a pirate copy of Shrek 2.
Yeah.
And the parents were saying, like, we're not allowed to have it. You remember when it was like actually dicey to have a pirate copy, like whether it was from Bali or whatever. Yeah. And they were like, oh, we're not allowed to, talk about this. And he brought it in for show and tell. And because it was before it was out on DVD.
Oh, wow, before it was out. Okay.
Yeah. And he said, oh, no, the reason we got this is because Mum filmed it in the cinema.
Which is even worse.
I know. And then the teacher had to call home and be like, are you filming movies and burning DVDs?
What did you bring in for show and tell? 13 24 10. Give us a buzz. Maybe it was you, or maybe someone else brought something in for show and tell and you still remember what it was to this day. Brad joins us now. What did you bring in for show and tell?
Yeah, hey guys. I brought in a prosthetic leg that my grandpa had.
Oh, your grandpa?
Was with or without permission?
With permission. He sat in the top car park while I showed and told it. And,
I was going to say, yeah, that would be pretty bad if Grandpa was just asleep and you took his leg and he just got up to go to the toilet and fell to the side.
How did it go down with the classroom?
Yeah, people were surprised, but yeah, he did have his shoes still on there, so...
No time to waste, Grandpa, I'm late for show and tell.
Karen, this was your son, is that right?
Yes, yeah, I'd been in for surgery and had gallstones out, and back then they used to give them to you. Yeah, and he took the gallstones in. But that wasn't the worst bit was he come home later on with them, and I was looking in the jar and... I said, did anyone go near this? And he goes, oh, yeah, one of the kids was opening it and had a look and that, and there was one missing.
Oh, come on! They're not marbles!
Oh, no! I was thinking the whole time, like, it'd be funny if you said someone ate one, but then that wouldn't be funny. That'd be horrific.
Kids like, oh, this warhead's pretty sour.
That makes me feel physically sick.
One was missing. Oh, that's crook.
It's a debate, a big debate. Who will win medallion?
There's a lettuce shortage. They're using cabbage and zinger burgers supposedly in Australia now in some places. I was talking about how much I hate cabbage earlier in the week because when I was a teenager, I used to put hot cabbage on my face to try and cure my acne. I'd heard it worked, it didn't.
Liam, you can't deny, though, that when you proclaimed your love for lettuce, a lot of the office did turn on you. And
well, I don't think so. I think lettuce is obviously more common. And
Producer Andy and Producer Bell and myself all agreed that cabbage is superior to lettuce.
Are you making that up?
We all did, mate.
I don't know how it's superior.
It is so much.
How often are you eating
superior.
cabbage?
It's so much more complex. Like, what is lettuce?
Anyway, look, we could go head-to-head for hours. We only have 30 seconds each on the clock for our debate. Ben is making a case for his beloved cabbage.
Or cabbage, as the fancy like to call it.
Well, some call lettuce Latouche. So, two can play that game.
Touche.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Well, Ben, your 30 seconds starts now.
Cabbage is like lettuce's more successful cousin. Cabbage can be coleslaw, kimchi, and kids. Cabbage Patch Kids. It comes in a range of colours, green, purple, darker shades of green. It's high in vitamin C and K. It helps keep inflation in check and improves digestion. What does lettuce do besides get soggy and warm? Yuck! Lettuce, aka rabbit food, is just crunchy water. If you prefer lettuce over cabbage, you have the palate of a 10-year-old. It's no surprise to me that Liam likes lettuce because his two other favourite foods are Subway and Ice Magic.
It's interesting you bring some things up there because you'll see what I mean in my debate very shortly.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready to go?
Yep.
30 seconds on the clock, Liam. Your time starts now.
Cabbage is atrocious. It smells weird, it tastes awful, and I can tell you this firsthand, it doesn't have any healing properties for your skin. The only thing cabbage is useful is Chico rolls. And bar truckies, who's eating those rank cabbage logs? You know what last year's global cabbage market revenue amounted to?
No.
Well, you should. Everyone should. It was 55 billion. Lettuce was 600 billion. It's a superior vegetable. At Subway, it's not even an option. You can have lettuce, you can have spinach, but no cabbage. You know why? Because it sucks footlongs. And yeah, I like Subway.
Your love of Subway will never fail to amaze me.
It's now infiltrated. But I also, like, if you're just tuning in, like, for the first time, you'd be like, oh, Liam must be trying to get away from his KFC image and start, like, no, I'm a eat fresh guy now.
Let's find out what the jury think. Helen, who won the big debate? Was it me or was it Liam?
Oh, it was definitely Liam. You've got to compare lettuces with lettuces, considering there's 5 varieties of it. And it's not just water. Did you know that lettuce actually has vitamin C, vitamin K, and it has folate?
Yeah.
So go lettuce. It wins. It tastes better, and I like a good sub with a nice.
Oh
lettuce.
yeah.
But I think, Helen, if you like lettuce because of the vitamin C and K, you'll find that cabbage has more of that.
It just tastes worse.
Courtney, who won the big debate? Was it Liam saying lettuce or was it me saying cabbage?
Well, I do, like the versatility of Cabbage and how you said it can be hot and cold.
Yes.
And also, I had a Cabbage Patch Kid growing up. So did all of my
Bang.
friends. Who has ever had a lettuce head kid?
Yeah. All right, it all comes down to Antonio.
Ben and Liam, a very topical debate. Well done.
Thank you. No, we always find you get extra points if it's, happening.
Antonio, what are you thinking, mate? Who won?
Look, very good, very good. I have to say, Ben, started strong. It's a versatile food, the cabbage. Liam, you did a bit of research too. You threw some numbers out there. I have to say, at one point, though, you really did give me the you-know-whats when you started playing out Chico rolls. The Chico roll is the greatest piece of food you can get at the local deli ever.
Let's get to the core of this cabbage and lettuce debate. Who has won, Antonio?
Strong debate. The winner has to be Ben with the cabbage.
I knew it. Yeah.
That was a big debate. We now have
All that came down to is I just knocked his beloved Chico roll and he was off me.
No, it didn't. Cabbage is far superior and you lost the debate.
And that's the end of the Ben and Liam podcast. What do you reckon? Do you reckon lower numbers than usual on the National Sunday show because it's a long weekend? Or higher numbers because more people are like travelling on the roads and that sort of thing?
As in, because it's a long weekend, you think less people will be listening?
Yeah, because you would think, the big travel time is like Friday, everyone's finishing work, they're going away somewhere. Monday, you're coming home, right?
Yeah.
So, is everyone just doing their own thing on a Sunday?
Yeah.
Do you think less people are listening to the show?
Do you mean to the podcast or to the actual show that went to air via the radio?
I mean the actual show that went to air via the radio.
Oh, I think that it would be about the same.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting take.
What do you think?
I also think this. Also, just wanted to
Hot
say,
take.
happy Queen's birthday weekend to those who celebrate.
Yep.
I understand Western Australia, I don't think take that day. I don't know why.
Yep.
Rest of the country, maybe royalists, and maybe that's that's their standpoint.
It's their derogative
in WA that they don't believe in the royal family.
Yep,
it's a little sad.
Some say they're pro other countries.
Yeah, they celebrate North Korea Day.
Yeah.
A little bit later on in the year. Yeah, Kim Jong-un's birthday.
Yeah.
They have a Wednesday off. They don't.
See ya.
Ben and Liam is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.